welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't tell, Q4 is upon us, and so it is time to prepare with creating a ton of low content books because this is the time to sell them. Halloween may have already passed, but Thanksgiving and Christmas are still big, and so is the rest of Q4. And I have got a couple niches for you to help you with your low content book creations. Obviously, there are the simple ones like Christmas activity books, Thanksgiving planners, random stuff like that, and that are holiday based. But there are a bunch that you might not have thought of as much, and I've made sure to do a little bit of digging to help you guys come up with some niches that you can use for your books this time of year. Also, I do want to talk about a tool that I am starting to get into, and I'm already loving so far, and it's called Easy Pub Profits. Every month you get this whole guide with a bunch of different niches and keywords that you can target with your low content books that month. And all these niches and keywords are super low competition, but at the same time get a ton of searches a month. So for those of you who think that it's impossible to still make good sales, it's definitely still possible. It just comes down to finding the right niche, creating the right designs, using the right keywords. Literally, you do have to have kind of that perfect combination. So it can be hard, but once you get going and once you figure out what works for you, I promise that it does get easier. Anyway, if you want to go check out Easy Pub Profits, make sure to go down and click the link in the description. It's $10 a month for the base monthly subscription. That will get you the guide. It is awesome. Would definitely recommend it. And now let's get into those niches you should be creating books for in Q4. Hey everyone, welcome to my computer. First off, I am very excited to show you guys these niches. Some of these are some like crazy niches. They have such low competition and yet such a high search volume and are especially good this Q4. So I'm really excited to get into that. First off, I want to know I'm doing my keyword research here on Bookbolt. I think Bookbolt is incredible for keyword research, but it's also incredible for anything. If you don't already have Bookbolt, make sure to go down and click the link in the description because you can get started with a Bookbolt for free. There's a 3-day free trial. And if you use my coupon code Sarah20, you'll get 20% off your first month. So make sure to go ahead and get started with that if you haven't already, because honestly, I don't know where I would be with my low content book creation if it weren't for Bookbolt. Just look at all these different tools. There is so much to do with Bookbolt. All right, so we are kicking it off with our first niche of the 7 that I am going to be showing you. This first one, which I'm sure you've already seen just by looking at my page here. The first niche is business planners. You'll see selected here, I've got the bakery business planner. This is just one example. There are tons of different business planners you could create, tons of different niches. I just went with the example of bakery business planner because this one in particular is a great niche, but you can definitely do a bunch of digging for a bunch of other businesses for planners. So as we see here, the Amazon search volume, which is in this column, it's 3,200. So that is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna pop over and show you guys something even cooler. So here are the Amazon search results for this keyword. We've got over 3,000 results. It's more than many of the other books that I'm going to be showing you, but you'll notice there's an Amazon search volume of 3,200 with results of 3,000. That means that there are more searches being made than there are results, which is always a thing to look for when choosing a niche. The bigger the gap, the better, but this is still excellent, and it's just one example among many. Business planners in general are a great niche to target. And here is the example book I'm going to be showing you, this bakery order book. This is such a cute book and it's not hard to make at all. It's got this gorgeous but kind of simple cover, and then we get into it here, bakery order form book, and then it's just a bunch of order forms, which is super easy to do. Granted, this would be different for other niches, but this is just an idea. You can even make it more specific, make it a cake order form only. It doesn't have to just be a bakery business planner. And really quick, I know sometimes interiors for these kinds of books, they can be hard to do because it's not just a standard journal. You know, we've got a bit more a design here, and it can be harder to create than a standard cover, which is why I want to recommend to you guys Creative Fabrica. You guys have heard me talk about this all the time, and there's a reason for it. Well, for one, I love Creative Fabrica, but at the same time, there are so many different designs, and if you have the subscription, you get access to all of this. So just typing in, I typed in bakery business planner, there are so many different designs, and some of them are gorgeous. Like this one looks so pretty. There's even this watercolor collection of clip art. You could use that for creating the cover. Like this is great, especially if you just are short on time, if you're not the most creative person, the design aspect doesn't come as easy for you. Creative Fabrica just simplifies the entire process. Cookie order form printable. You can totally transform this into a book. That's something even I was considering doing. Bunch of cake order forms down here. Like the options are truly endless with Creative Fabrica for almost any niche that you can think of. So if you ever need help with the design, make sure to go and check it out. Click the link in the description and get access to every single design that Creative Fabrica has to offer for only $1 for your first month. So that is amazing if you are new to Creative Fabrica, still want to get started, and you can cancel at any time if you decide it isn't for you, which I totally understand. Creative Fabrica isn't for everyone, but with the huge selection of designs, it's kind of easy to find exactly what you're looking for on here. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that Creative Fabrica, great for any design, anytime, ever. If there's ever a niche that you want to create a book for and you're just having a hard time coming up with a design for it. All right, so now we are going to continue to our second niche here, and that is grade books for teachers. Here's my particular keyword for it. Okay, this niche, you guys, is literally crazy. I've got another teacher niche in here as well, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But this one is insane because you'll see over here 10,109 search volume. That is crazy, but it might not feel too crazy if it were super competitive. If we hop over to Amazon, I typed in that keyword, we'll see here that there are results of only at 911, which is insane. That means that the search volume is over 10 times the results that you'll find here on Amazon, which is crazy. And this is especially great for Q4, especially coming up on the new year. You'll find that with a lot of the niches I chose, like with the business planner, that is great for the new year, people who want to get their business on track. Gradebook for teachers is pretty obvious just by clicking on this one, why this is such a great Q4 book, because when we click on it and look inside, you'll see it is segmented right at the beginning into all these important dates. So it's a great beginning of the year book. Could make an excellent gift as well from students to a teacher. And it's super pretty as well. Like this book looks gorgeous. And I can already tell you guys that this was totally created in Canva. I mean, I have seen these flower graphics and they just did such a good job with creating this book. It looks stunning and it's not hard to create. We've just got a this book belongs to page, important dates. I believe all of this is made in Canva as well, to be honest. And then we've got this whole chart and it just continues throughout the entire book. And looks like we've got some journal pages at the end too. Cute back cover. This is a super simple book, but it looks incredible. And as you can see, it does pretty darn well. So that is our second one. We are going to move on to our third niche now, and that is Gag Notebooks. All right. For this one, you're going to want to make sure that you have a specific niche, because if you just type in Gag Notebook, that'll bring a lot of search results back and it's way too general. You're going to want to niche it down a little bit. So for example, the keyword that I chose for this particular niche is funny gag notebook for doctors. We've got a search volume of 2,000. This is great for gifts, even for stocking stuffers, which makes this a great Q4 book. If we pop over to Amazon, we'll see that the search results are super low, you guys, like only 400. The thing is, this is one of the easiest books to create as well, because if we just look at this one, like, look, this is cute. We just got some text, this little graphic of a stethoscope, and then it almost looks like a corkboard type of background. If we look inside, we've got one of those this book belongs to pages, which is super popular. Always a great way to start off a notebook. You know, we've got our theming here with this little syringe, and then we've got this gag page at the front, and then the rest is just entirely notebook pages. So darn simple to create. But again, this book is doing super duper well, and with such few search results and such a high Amazon search volume, this is definitely something that you can capitalize on this Q4. All right, we are moving on to our fourth niche now, and that is the holiday planner. In particular, you'll see the keyword that I went with here is holiday meal planner, and that's just because holiday planner has a lot more search results. So niching it down a little more to holiday meal planner is great, but you could still do some of these other ones as well. Holiday budget planner, there are lots of options. All right, now let's go look at how it is on Amazon. So we've got 1,700 search volume, and looking over here on Amazon, we've got 881 results. So it's certainly much less than the search volume here. And I'll be honest, it kind of seems like there is a little bit of a gap in the niche, because I was looking around. There aren't really any specific meal planners for the holidays. We've got this one. This one isn't super holiday specific. These ones are, but these are more generalized planners. And then continuing on, there's not a ton here. We've got some specific meal planners, which are cute and everything. But there's definitely a gap here. There could totally be more actual holiday meal planners. This isn't a keyword that is being utilized in the titles or in the subtitles. So this is a great gap here. And just looking at this one, I've been trying to have the KDP books as the example, but here for this one, like this is just the best one that I could find within this niche, which just goes to show that there's totally room for you here within the niche of holiday meal planners. So looking at this too, it's super easy. You could just take a regular meal planner and add some fun theming to it. Even just a regular meal planner with just a cover that's holiday themed. And then looking inside, there are a bunch of these blank pages. So this would not be hard to do at all. And I'm sure there's plenty on Creative Fabrica as well that you can pull from to create a book like this. And now we are on to our fourth niche, and that is weightlifting log books. Essentially, the whole appeal with this is, New Year's resolutions. People want to get fit for the new year. This makes a great gift as well for people who are already into this kind of thing. So again, it could be a stocking stuffer situation. And there are other examples you could do as well. Like you could possibly just do regular fitness journals and things like that. I just figured weightlifting log books are a much better niche to go after, and I'll show you why in a second. This is a similar niche to one I showed in my video from last year for good niches for Q4, but it's a little different. It's a little bit more specific. Weightlifting logbook. So if we look at it, we've got 1200 search volume and we've only got 493 results. And as you'll see, a lot of them aren't KDP books. This one right here though is, and if we click on it, we'll see it's super simple. This is one you can probably even pull from Bookbolt within their interiors. I think they have something that's similar. If not, Creative Fabrica has plenty. So again, we've got our This Book Belongs To. Also, this is excellent. I totally wanted to mention this. If you have time, please leave an honest review on Amazon. It means the world to us. This is super duper smart to do. It's simple, but it encourages people to leave a review. And you could do something like this, even include a QR code to make it easier for people to hop right over to your page and leave a review if they like it. And that is just perfect. And then we've got this, and it just continues that way throughout the entire book. So insanely simple, really easy to do. It's got great search volume. It's going to be great for Q4 as people are preparing for their fitness goals for the new year. And you can even make it more specific. Is one thing I want to mention. You'll see we've got weightlifting logbook for men, weightlifting logbook for women. Oh, and one thing I've wanted to throw this one out there as well. Weightlifting logbook, adding this space together, you'll notice that brings even fewer search results. And again, we've got a lot of even different books. So that is another great keyword. You could just target the slightly misspelled one. So literally tons of different keywords. You're just gonna have to come to Bookbolt to look through them and create your own book, because there are a lot on here that you could totally utilize. All right, sixth niche, second to last, and this is a great one. This niche is any book that says 2023 to 2024. And I'm going to tell you why. So here is another teacher niche, specifically attendance logbook for teachers 2022 to 2023. You'll see here that the Amazon search volume is 1,800, so a sizable amount. But 2022 to 2023 is a little less relevant at this point. This keyword is going to disappear too soon here, since 2022 isn't important anymore. And what is going to be big is attendance logbook for teachers 2023 to 2024. Essentially, any time that you can add just the most relevant year, so 2023 in this instance, you are going to show up for a lot more keywords that other books wouldn't be showing up for. And looking here with the new keyword, the 2023 to 2024, that is going to be big. We've got results of only 95. That is super duper low, especially given the search volume is going to get closer to 1,800 soon. You'll see, however, this is Gazzy publication. They have the right idea. These books are going to sell almost certainly, all these teacher attendance logbooks. So make sure to hop on that train. And one thing that's great too, for these books in particular, that they don't have the word 2023 to 2024 on them, they could always just come back and change this subtitle in the future to say 2024 to 2025 without having to change the cover design to continue for it to be relevant. But putting the year on the book itself can help a lot with relevance, just because it makes it clear what year it is. But anyway, just 2023 to 2024 or just 2023, honestly, just adding the year is always going to help with creating books because it just brings you into a separate level of keywords that books that have been ranking for years won't be in. It's one of the few times when creating new books is going to do well. So make sure to tack this on to your keywords whenever you see the opportunity. All right, and now our last niche. This is an interesting one, and the niche is New Year activity books. So Happy New Year activity books, that niche in particular does have a lot more competition. So I've got something a lot more specific than just regular New Year activity books, and that's Lunar New Year activity books. So this is really interesting. You can also target Chinese New Year activity books. This is a much less thought about niche, but it is totally there. I didn't find the keyword Lunar New Year activity book specifically, but it can be assumed that people looking for Lunar New Year activity would be considering books as well. So this is still definitely a niche and keyword you can target. I'm going to pop over to Amazon. We've got results of only around 500, and for a decently high search volume like this and search results that are this, it is definitely a good opportunity. So at the top we've got Mad Libs, and then moving on we've got some Chinese New Year coloring books. It might be smart even because these ones in particular, they're targeting Chinese New Year and not Lunar New Year. This one, the Mad Libs, it's targeting Lunar New Year right at the top. So if you were to do more Lunar New Year activity books, like this one for example, that is ranking pretty darn well, then you could definitely make your way up here. And these are such cute books too. Like I love the little dragon, like they're such pretty books. This one as well is really cute. This is definitely a niche you can go after, and as you can see, they do pretty darn well. A lot of these books are a little bit newer and they are still ranking pretty well. This is especially great with the new year coming up. One thing I want to note, Chinese New Year, I looked it up, hopefully I'm right, it's around the end of January, middle-ish to end, I believe. So before then is a great time to start capitalizing on this particular niche. And that is about it with all of the amazing niches that you can target this quarter for. I know we're a little late now, that is totally my bad. So a lot of these are more New Year specific, and many of them are going to be popular throughout the year, especially like, Gag Notebooks, business planners, especially around Christmas and New Year's. But honestly, niches are the most important thing when it comes to the success of your books. Niches and design, the two just go hand in hand, and niches is the perfect place to start. So if one of these niches in particular has stood out to you, start working on creating some designs. Creative Fabrica makes that super easy. You can just download a bunch, or you can pop over to Canva and work on some there. You can create some amazing designs. And that is about it. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that it helped you, and I hope that it helped you come up with a couple different niches that you can create books around for quarter four. Quarter four is such a fun time of year, and there are a lot of different books that you can see a lot of extra sales on this time of year. So this is definitely the time to get plugged away. I'm definitely going to be spending more time on my KDP account, creating more books. There are a bunch that I've been wanting to create, and so I am just going to sit down and I'm going to do it, and you should totally do it with me. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. I would super duper appreciate it, and I would love to have you. All right guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.